In addition to the poignant moments we're in the midst of in our country related to race and unconscious bias and all the strife that we're under, we're also at the precipice of nothing short of a miraculous moment in time. And I'm here to say I've actually been at it 44 years, so a little bit longer than Carol, but I can tell you that in all those years, in everything that I've seen, there has never been a more pivotal moment when we have a chance to crack the code on gender partnership. A few years from now, we're going to look back and see that 2014-15 was pivotal. It was the point at which the conversation shifted from what's that all about to if you're not on board, you're left behind. And that, I think it's really important for us to see that in 30,000 years of human history, to be at this moment makes what you're doing the most important work on the planet. We're at a point where we can actually turn the tide. I talk about the decades and decades prior to now when women were meeting with women to talk about women. And that now what we need is men and women together talking about gender partnership. So that's a large paradigm shift. Men of quality are never threatened by women's equality. And they are our allies. And there's a lot more allies than the ones that showed up here today. And we'll talk about why they're not here. And we'll talk about how to meet them where they are. And included in that is a conversation about forgiveness. We have to talk about forgiveness. Because the men didn't meet. They didn't have an offsite and decide to suppress women. So engaging men is, in my world, the most important work we need to do now. Men have a high justice quotient. They want things to be fair. And it isn't until men's daughters started entering the workplace that they really started to see. And now they're like, what do you mean? I'm going to have, by the way, my first granddaughter's going to be born Christmas Eve, thereabout. Yeah, it's exciting. Very excited. And I said to my son-in-law, I said, imagine if little Brinley, that's her name, if little Brinley grows up and doesn't get paid the same amount as your son, how would that be? He goes, what do you mean? This is a kid who's 28 years old, wonderful, wonderful man, he's a fireman, and it didn't even occur to him that that's still happening. The work that we've found makes the biggest difference is when whatever you're doing is tied to a business initiative. So in our Partners Leading Change program, which is the one that we're applying for the Catalyst Award, the men who participate in the program leave with a breakthrough business project, which is to do something to impact women's leadership, advancement, development, etc. And it's right inside their business. So it's not in addition, it's like in the course of what you're already doing. It is amazing. I have a whole stack here of testimonials of what guys have done, because when they get it, their fix-it gene kicks in. And they're like, we got to fix this. We got to go do something. And that's where you want them, is actually engaged in being able to do something practical. So on that note, I'm going to call up our friend Carol and thank you all and have a fabulous day. Woo!